What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours, where it has been a very intense 24 hours. Of course, Lenglet to Aston Villa, Ansu Fati to Brighton are both done deals. You can go on the channel, link down below, or you can click on the card on the screen as well. I've done 2 done deal videos on that. All the details for those operations are in that video. I'll be not talking about it in this video, but in this video we're going to be discussing everything else. Firstly, Joao Cancelo hopefully will be in Barcelona today, medicals today, and will be officially announced as a Barcelona player in the next 24 hours. And also another Joao is coming in as well, and it is Joao Felix. Apparently Barcelona have agreed personal terms with the player, and they're now pushing to find an agreement with Atletico Madrid. But there are still more players that could end up leaving Barcelona, along with Ansu Fati and Lenglet. Garcia is looking for the departure. He does want to go to Girona on loan, but the club don't want to allow him to go out on loan there. They will only consider a permanent sale, and the same is for Abde, who's in search for more minutes. The club will not let him go out on loan. He only has loan offers right now from Osasuna, Betis, and Sevilla, but the club will only consider permanent transfers, and their futures could end up changing if a permanent transfer does come in. And finally, we do have some updates around Laporta providing proof of funds of his own money to La Liga to lift the FFP registration block. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, first we have some very quick updates on the Joao Cancelo signing. Of course, it is a done deal. We got the here we go a few days ago, but still no Cancelo traveling to Barcelona, medicals, even training, announcement, nothing like that. Now, people have been panicking. Now, the Athletic have come out saying that last Monday, Barcelona told Joao Cancelo to return home while he was traveling to the airport to come to Barcelona. As of now, La Liga will not approve his registration, and there's a problem with the financing of the deal. The club is trying to solve it. Essentially, there's still no room for him left on FFP. Of course, we've had 2 exits over the past 24 hours, and now Joao Cancelo's arrival can become a reality. Victor Navarro from Cope came out saying that Barcelona believe that today they can definitely seal Joao Cancelo signing. Things can accelerate anytime, but this is the idea as of now. And Ben Aid from Mundo Deportivo also confirmed there is no collapse. Joao Cancelo is coming to Barcelona. Joao Demiro came out saying that Xavi wants Joao Cancelo to train with Barcelona tonight, so we could even see him tonight. And it's being reported that the deal will be done at some point today, so we'll wait and see what happens today. I'm expecting Joao Cancelo to at least arrive to Barcelona today. I don't know if it'll be a done announcement whether or not he'll train with the squad. I don't think he'll train with the squad today, but I think Cancelo will arrive in Barcelona today and then sign his documents as a Barcelona player. But again, this deal has not collapsed. It is a done deal. Cancelo will join 100% Barcelona. Now, Joao Cancelo will not be the only Joao joining Barcelona this summer. Another one from Portugal as well is joining, and it is, of course, Joao Felix after the departure last night of Ansu Fati to Brighton on loan. That does mean that the arrival of Joao Felix is getting closer and closer. Now, Alex Pentel from Relevo came out saying that Barcelona have almost completed the signing of Joao Felix. The 3-way agreement between Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Felix is on its way to being sealed. Jorge Mendes and Deco are being fundamental in the negotiations. Following that, we had reports from Relevo saying that Barcelona are about to reach a total agreement with Atletico Madrid and Joao Felix. The deal is almost completed. Tony Juan Martin from Sport came out saying that things will have to go very, very wrong from this moment for Joao Felix not to end up at Barcelona. The key was Ansu Fati's departure, and that has now been done. Raccoon came out saying that Joao Felix believes that by today he will be a Barcelona player. Candace have come out saying that Barcelona have reached a total agreement on personal terms with Joao Felix. Again, that was never going to be a problem to begin with. Joao Felix will be a Barcelona player. Total agreement reached with all parties, and he will join Barcelona on loan. Only FFP issues remain to be sorted. Again, he's coming. Of course, we do need him now with 1 forward less in the attack with the Ansu Fati going to Brighton. We do now need Joao Felix. Again, we'll have to wait and see on the conditions of the operation. There are reports coming in from the Madrid media closer to Atletico Madrid that they're still wanting a loan fee and they still want his full salary covered in some way, shape, or form. So we'll wait and see how things go. For me personally, ideally, just a simple straight loan, cover his salary. That's it. I won't even include a buy option, to be honest. I don't think we're going to end up buying Felix. I think he's going to come in, back up Ansu for 1 year, and then off he goes back to Atletico Madrid. Unless he does ridiculously well, maybe the club will negotiate a deal with Atletico Madrid. Even if Joao Felix does well, they're probably going to get a lot of money out of us, probably 70 million, I would say. But we'll wait and see. It's now about finding out what the actual terms and conditions are for the arrival of Joao Felix. What's 100% guaranteed now is that Joao Felix will become a Blaugrana by the end of this transfer window. Now, another player that will join Barcelona and reinforce the attack is, of course, Vitor Roque, a player that we already signed months ago early on in the summer transfer window, and he said to join, of course, Barcelona at some point in 2024. We all hope and expect it will be January, but with FFP, you just never know. Now, Joaquin Pereira, who of course is the #1 source around Brazilian players to going or leaving Barcelona, he's come out saying that Barcelona had left the possibility of Vitor Roque arriving this summer open until just a few days ago. Finally, it has been decided that he'll join in the winter. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that, oh, Vitor Roque 100% not coming to Barcelona this summer, but apparently the club still tried a little bit here and there, and just a few days ago, they finally gave up hope. So keep in mind, we will have 6 attackers now, of course, Felix, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Abde, and Ferran Torres, and then we'll be adding Vitor Roque on top of that as well. So just more incentive of how much Joao Felix does not have a future at Barcelona. He's just coming in just because Laporta likes him, essentially, and that we kind of need another attacker just in case injuries and stuff happen, or if we can't register Vitor Roque in January, then we'd still need Joao Felix for the rest of the season. So again, this is a player I am so excited for. This man is balling out in the Brazilian league, scoring left, right, and center. His goal to game ratio is absolutely ridiculous. I am so excited to see him, but it will be in 2024. Let's now discuss the players that have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First up is, of course, Abde Ezzalzouli. Now, Tony Juan Martínez come out saying that there was a meeting between Mateo Alemán and the camp of Abde to find a solution that suits all parties. Abde has been pushing to leave since the Villarreal game over the past weekend. Javi Miguel came out saying that Xavi and his staff believe that Abde is a different player and do not want to contemplate his departure. Abde has interesting offers, but the club would like him to leave on loan with an option to buy in case he does leave. As of now, it seems complicated for Abde to leave the club this summer. Victor Navarro from Cope came out saying that if Ansu Fati leaves, that's good news for Abde in the search for minutes. The problem is that if Joao Felix arrives, he would still want to leave. So Abde essentially wants to leave no matter what, because he feels like his minutes will be deteriorized. It won't be as guaranteed as it would if Ansu Fati leaves and no other player arrives. We're at a point now where Ansu Fati's left, so Abde's staying. I would be absolutely shocked if Barcelona let Abde go. Of course, on a loan, I think a permanent transfer is still open. If someone gets desperate on the final day of the window and bid, and Abde really pushes, I think that could be a possibility. But I think just on a loan, I don't think it'll happen. Again, Abde only has loan offers at the moment from Osasuna, Real Betis, and Sevilla. No one is offering a permanent. Of course, Bayern Leverkusen were. They pulled out and they signed someone else. We heard that Brighton were interested, but of course now they got Ansu Fati. So unless someone comes in with a concrete offer on a permanent transfer for Abde, I think he will end up staying. And I think, of course, we do need him. He is one of the only few natural wingers that we do have in the squad, alongside Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and of course Ferran. But Ferran, you could say, is a very versatile winger. He's not really a natural winger, so to speak. And I think Abde just has to believe he will get chances. I can guarantee him. Of course, Lewandowski is coming out slaying Xavi for picking 4 in midfield. I think Xavi now hopefully will realize his mistake and start picking more attackers. I think he'll have a big opportunity to be part of the Barcelona first team and get regular minutes. But of course, we'll have to survive this window first. So I think right now it is very unlikely that Abde does leave. I think a loan is 100% rolled out now, especially with Ansu Fati leaving on loan. I think the only way Abde leaves is if a club comes in with a concrete bid. If not, he will stay. Of course, keep in mind the club and Xavi are desperate for Abde to stay, but it is the player who wants to push the move. So we'll wait and see what happens in the next few hours, but the only thing that can change the situation is if a big club comes in and bids big for Abde. Now, another player that is in the exact same position as Abde Ezzalzouli is Eric Garcia. Copy and paste. Eric Garcia wants more minutes. He does have some offers on a loan move, but nothing concrete over a permanent move. And again, the club do not want him to go out on loan. They just loaned out Clement Lenglet, and their defense is sorted. Only a concrete offer, official bid on a permanent transfer would change the situation. Now, Javi Miguel from AS came out saying that Barcelona consider Eric Garcia to be a very important player and are not contemplating his departure. Very useful, and they don't want to get rid of him whatsoever. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Girona are insisting to sign Eric Garcia from Barcelona to replace Santi Bona. Xavi wants to keep Eric Garcia at Barcelona, but Girona will insist again yesterday. They've assisted, and nothing really else has come out since then. Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Eric Garcia is closer to staying than leaving. If he were to leave, Barcelona would want to transfer, and Girona want a loan, and Xavi's also against his departures. The lines right now are not aligning for Eric Garcia. Yes, he wants to leave in search for more minutes, but the club wants to keep him. Xavi wants to keep him, and I also think that Eric Garcia is like content with staying. I don't think he's really pushing for a move like Abde. I think he's been given a nice opportunity. He's, in favor of it. But I think the club right now are in a situation where the defense is very tight. Again, you only have Alonso Balde, you have Cancelo, Roberto, then you have Inigo Martinez, Koundé, Christensen, and Araujo. But Araujo is always injured. Christensen's at the doctor's office. Koundé, I'm so worried for him. The man is absolutely elite, but is playing week in, week out. Roberto is shite. Alonso is shite. So I think Eric Garcia will have a lot of opportunities this season, but again, it is down to him. Now, Alex Pentel from Relevo came out with some quotes from apparently Eric Garcia and Xavi's conversation, where Eric Garcia told Xavi, I want to leave, and Xavi told him, I don't want you to leave. So, I don't know if this is the actual word-for-word conversation, because we can pretty much imply that was being said. I mean, I could have bid this report and no one would have bat an eye about it. Anyways, here's the more important part. The defender's future is still in the air. Barcelona prefer to let him go permanently rather than loaning him. So, the fact that they rather let him go permanently rather than loaning him makes me fear that the club might loan him. I think loaning him would be so dumb. Look, we've loaned Ansu and Lenglet, and we're still paying 25% of each of their salaries. The good part about those two exit is that they're not in La Liga, so not going to affect us directly, unless Brighton and Aston Villa are not in the Champions League. So we'll never come up against them whatsoever, unless we get, God forbid, into the Europa League, which I don't think will happen. Eric Garcia wants to go to Girona. Girona are a very, very good team, and they will be competing with Barcelona this entire season in terms of getting points off each other. And we don't know, maybe Girona could be the dark horse this season and be pushing for Europe. Then sending Eric Garcia to that direct rival to strengthen them and help them, and on top of that, paying his salary as well, for me is ridiculous. I think a permanent transfer is the only way. If he really wants to go, we get a good offer in, fair enough. I would not bat an eye whatsoever. Eric Garcia is not going to be a player that I'm going to sit and cry in the corner and beg to stay. I think he's a good player. I think he's a useful player, and I would like for him to stay. But we'll wait and see. I think a loan move is very difficult for him and Abde, because the club right now are really thin on their squad depth. We've sold now. We got rid of Ansu, Lenglet. The belly's left, now been replaced. Cassier's left. We're getting quite thin now in terms of squad depth, which of course is very, very important now in football. So we'll wait and see how things develop in the next few hours. But I think the only way now Eric Garcia leaves is if it's a permanent transfer, or if he really, really is desperate to go to Girona, in the sense that he'll go on strike or something, which I don't think is the case. I think Eric Garcia is a professional. I think he, is okay with staying at Barcelona, but prefers to move to Girona. So we'll see what happens. But again, Eric Garcia is still contemplating whether or not to stay at Barcelona or leave for a new challenge. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is to give you guys the updates around FFP, which of course is getting very, very delicate. The Barcelona have sold 60% of Barcelona studios and are still waiting for some payments from the Liberal Football Finance. According to some reports, I think it was Samuel Marsden or Tony Juan Marti, someone very reliable. They came out saying that the sources within Liberal Football Finance, who are of course supposed to be owing Barcelona money, said that their deadline was near October, November, and not now, which is a bit strange, and that's why Joao Laporta has to, show proof of funds of his own money for Barcelona to get the registration through, and to, of course, help with the financial fair play margin. Now, Raccoon have come out saying that Barcelona estimate they need around 30 million euros to register Inigo Martinez, Iñaki Peña, and Joao Cancelo. Laporta and Olive are already ready with their personal bank guarantee in the case the money from Germany coming is not received on time. Today will be key. They don't expect the German money to pay for the entire sum, and the amount of the bank guarantee the board presents will depend on the amount of money Liberal pays, and the deal with the possible American fund has cooled down. So again, Barcelona will receive this money. The question is when. All they have to do now is show La Liga, Laporta will sign a document and show like, hey, I have the money right here. If we don't get that payment, I will pay directly, but the money will come in. So essentially just showing proof of funds to La Liga, saying that, look, we have this money, it's going to be coming in. Can we just register the players now, and the money will give it to you as soon as we can. So that's the entire, ordeal of the situation. Now, Jordan Mero came out saying that Barcelona have informed La Liga that they will present a bank guarantee as soon as it arrives. And as soon as it arrives, La Liga will lift the registration restriction. and as soon as it arrives, La Liga will lift the registration block on Barcelona. So again, the club are working on it. They're going to send that bank guarantee very soon, or you never know, Liberal Football Finance can come in with the money that they do owe us, according to multiple reports from Barcelona. But Liberal Football Finance sources are saying something different. I think they said like October, November time, like end of October, beginning of November, which is a bit weird. So again, it's going to happen. We're going to get the proof of funds in, and that way the FFP restrictions will be lifted. We can register Inigo Martinez, Inaki, Peña, Joao Cancelo, and probably Joao Felix as well. Now, Barcelona do have some money coming in. Of course, today is the Champions League draw. I will be doing a live watch along for the Champions League. Check the channel or click the card on the screen where I will have a scheduled live stream to watch who Barcelona draw in their group, and of course watch Messi win the UEFA Best Player of the Year, and watch Aitana, of course the Barcelona feminine midfielder, win the Best Women's of the Year as well. Now, of course, during that ceremony, according to reports, Joan Laporta and Deco will be present. That means there won't be that much transfer news or transfer activity tomorrow probably, but being in the Champions League, according to reports, Barcelona will receive 50 million euros just for participating in the group stages. That's how key Champions League is for Barcelona, and it's so key for Barcelona to reach the round 16 this year. Because if we don't, the money we're gonna miss is gonna be ridiculous, and you could even say detrimental. So again, we do have money coming in. We're gonna show the proof of funds for FFP, and Barcelona hopefully in the next 24 to 40 hours will conclude the transfer window in the best way they can. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on the signing of Joao Felix, and what are your thoughts on the conditions of the operation. Secondly, on Eric Garcia, would you let him go out on loan or not? Would you only contemplate a sale, or would you keep him no matter what? And same question for Abde as well. Would you let him go out on loan to a La Liga rival, loan somewhere else? Would you include a buy option, or would you just sell him? And what are your thoughts on Joan Laporta, again saving us from the dust and bringing proof of funds of his own money to help Barcelona register players? And also quickly down below your thoughts on Ansu and Lenglet going out on loan to the Premier League. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and turn the notification bell on, because I will upload every single breaking news that is done deal as soon as it comes out. And I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.